Hey everyone, and welcome to my first ever episode of the Joe Knows All podcast. I'm your host, Joe. And let me start off by telling you guys what this podcast is about. Alright, so the podcast will be 20 to 30 minutes. It won't be an hour. That's way too long, especially me being the only person that's on here right now. I'm not going over 30 minutes. Definitely not. I would like to have guests on in the future. That would be cool. But the segments, I will always start off with a Bethesda segment. This is a Bethesda channel. I'm building my channel off of Bethesda content. So I will always start off with a Bethesda news idea. It'll always be a Bethesda segment. And then any kind of gaming segment, it could be... doesn't have to be Bethesda. It could be Naughty Dog. It could be EA. It could be whatever the heck I want to talk about. Whatever's trending that week, obviously. And then to close out the show, to close out the podcast, I would like to talk wrestling or sports because those are two big things that I love, and I would love to implement that some way into this channel. And through a podcast, if that's how it goes, it's how it goes, and that'd be sick. That'd be sweet. So if you guys also like sports, please watch. So, but for being that this is the first episode of the podcast, of the Joe Knows All podcast, I will be just covering Bethesda content. And let's start off with the Starfield leaks, guys. The Starfield leaks. It really got the community, the Bethesda community, running rampant. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the first off, let's take a look at the Reset Era leak. Now, this one is the most believable leak out of the two Starfield leaks this week. And at first, somebody's believing that they are coming out with a Starfield mobile title, and in my opinion, I think they are too. But it's not just a Starfield mobile title; it's also the game, just like they did with Fallout 4 and Fallout Shelter. And Bethesda has said that they are working on a mobile title, so you didn't really have to be a genius to figure that out. But I agree with this. That we are getting a mobile title, and it could be Starfield something. Who knows? But Starfield could be in the title of the mobile game. But so, and then further down, we see a young man or old man, don't know. His name is named Patterson. That's the poster, and he says no, it isn't. It's not a mobile title. We just have to wait till E3. And it's coming this fall. Usually with Reset Era, you have to, in order to confirm anything, you kind of have to, I don't want to say have a reputation, but you have to apply to the site. You have to do all that in order to confirm games. And then the community manager said that Patterson's post was, in fact, that he did show them that he does have some knowledge behind that post. So, who knows? But this is the most realistic Starfield leak, obviously. And then you have the Reddit post. Now, let's go to the Reddit post. Okay. It's just we're getting something at E3, guys. You know, it's gonna happen. We're getting something at E3. All right, let's check the Reddit post. So, all right. So now this is the one where it's kind of silly. By the Unknown Regions, I believe this was his first post. He or she, their first post on this site. he says you'll see a lot of this true in May. Then he comes out with a slew of different information. Combat similar to Fallout 4. You can't just join every faction, but you can in multiple at once. That's the same with Fallout 4. There are factions you can make your own. Interesting, but the settlements, that system's back. Combat, like I said, is similar to Fallout 4. Your character is silent. That's what everybody's been wanting. It's a lot of this is just like there are 4 important planets. All right, there are 4 important planets in the game you can travel between in a system. 3 of them have procedural generated terrain and are fully sized. The other one is a big city planet and has a set map size. Okay, cool. Thank you for that, buddy. That's okay, but and then also you can make your own character. The game looks a lot like Fallout 4. Okay, we can make our own character. All right, like we could in the other games too. We can make our own character. Thank you. The game looks a lot like Fallout 4, but the animations aren't as janky. All right, cool. So it's smoothed out version of the creation engine. Nice. Listen, these Starfield leaks, man, and oh, this one. The game is in fact called Starfield. All right, cool, bro. Thanks. Listen, the Reset Era one is the one where you could take the most out of. The Reddit one, not so much. It's I think it's full of crap. His name is the Unknown Regions, and then on the galaxy map there is a section of the map called the Unknown Regions where there are endless planets that are generated you can explore. They are fully sized. Nice. Yeah, guys, this whole thing is just a bunch of baloney, malarkey. The Reddit one, I would take that with a grain of salt. If it comes out true, awesome. If it doesn't, oh well. The Reset Era one, though, because you have to have some credibility as far as confirming things on that site. And Potterson, if you try and confirm something and it's completely false, you get banned. And Potterson isn't banned at all. He's still there on the site. So guys, there's a great chance we're getting something. Who knows if it's Starfield, but we're getting something at E3. So now let's talk about Bethesda's tweet. Okay. Thanks to you, this is what it said. Thanks to you, we've reached 1 million followers. You're the world's best gaming fans. Now, they could have stopped there, but they didn't. We can't wait to share all we've been working on. Okay. You could read in between the lines a bit. But this is why I will not blow this out of proportion. And I made a video on this last night as to why I, for one, will not blow this out of proportion. Okay, we can't wait to share all we've been working on. Thanks. But if you look at the 2 interviews, the Todd Howard one on the podcast and the Pete Hines one recently, Todd Howard said there was a game in full production. Full production. I know I screwed up in my last video. I said post-production, but full production. Keep in mind they also have 300 staff members in BGS, so keep that in mind. And then Pete Hines has also said that they've been working on this conference since September of last year. You don't work on a conference for 7-8 months and not give us anything big. We're gonna get something big. We're gonna possibly get Starfield. That's entirely believable. I don't understand. The one thing that I don't understand, I know last year I was pissed off, man. I was so angry that last year Bethesda led us on, said it was going to be a big conference, and dropped the ball. It was just Wolfenstein, Prey, Doom VR, Fallout 4 VR. They dropped the ball completely. It was disappointing. In my opinion, I really do feel that they were going to show off Starfield, but something happened where they didn't, and it was pulled last minute. They didn't think it would be ready, so they waited a year. Because look at that conference, man. It was so space-themed. It was, in fact, a Starfield. So, in my opinion, I really do feel they were trying. They were going to reveal Starfield, but last minute didn't happen. Didn't work out. And cool. You know, great. They're taking more time to give the game some tender love and care if that's the case. So I'm completely fine with that. It's just last year, it was certainly a huge disappointment. You didn't need to have a conference for Evil Within 2, Wolfenstein 2, DLC. You didn't need to do all of that. But like I said, I really do feel they were set up to show off Starfield, and something happened to where they couldn't. Now brings us this year. They've been working on this conference since September, guys. You're not working on a conference for 7-8 months just to release a mobile game, and they've said they are working on a mobile title. That's just not happening. They're coming out with something, whether it's Starfield or something else, not Elder Scrolls 6. That ain't happening until later on. A couple more years. Because they want to wait for that technology. But I'll go there in a minute. Most likely we are getting Starfield. Now, if we don't get Starfield, or if we don't get a brand new game from BGS, I'll punch myself in the face. No, I'll do this. I'll do one better. I'll do the Cinnamon Challenge here, if I'm wrong. If we don't receive Starfield or something big from BGS, I'll do something crazy. Because I feel that 100% we're getting something, especially after last year. We're going to get something from BGS, guys. Come on. We're going to. The proof is in the pudding. You did not... Okay, the tweet that they sent out helps. We didn't need it, but it does help. But they have a game in full production, and Pete Hines said that they've been working on this conference since September of last year. Guys, we're getting something. I'm excited. I really am. And listen, I was crushed last year too. I was hurt. But doesn't mean we're not going to get anything. I'm not going to be blind to it. So let's talk about this now. You guys probably won't be happy. Well, some of you won't. Let's talk about, if we don't receive Starfield, we could receive this, and it's not Elder Scrolls 6. A new Fallout game. I'm not even saying Fallout 5. I'm saying a Fallout spinoff. That's what I'm saying. Do not be shocked if we receive a Fallout spinoff. I'm going to tell you why. They made so much money off of Fallout. So much money. $750 million within the first 24 hours of the game's release. That's a lot of money. It's almost $1 billion. They're almost there. Granted, they need $250 million more to make $1 billion. But almost there within 24 hours. Good stuff. Fallout's a cash cow. Granted, they have the Creation Club for Fallout and Elder Scrolls. But they made way too much money on Fallout 4 not to cash in on Fallout. I'm making a brand new game. A brand new Fallout game. Now, I'm not saying it'll be Fallout 5. It could just be a spin-off. It most likely won't be from, let's say, Obsidian or just another company. It'll be from within, being that they do have 300 staff members working now. Not 100. 300. They had 100 work on Fallout 4. Now they have 300 people in studio working on God knows what. Starfield, Fallout spin-off. We're going to get something. Most likely, we won't be getting a remaster, which I'll be okay with. But we're not getting that because they would have to rip it down and build it back up with the new engine. So most likely, we won't be getting a remaster. I wouldn't argue with it, but we're not getting that. But I wouldn't be shocked if we are getting a Fallout spinoff. You know, it's just they made way too much money on Fallout, guys. They made way too much money. They won't be releasing Elder Scrolls 6. So I know it'll probably make you guys mad if Bethesda comes on out, Todd Howard walks on out stage, and he gives us, let's say, Fallout New Orleans or something like that. You guys would be mad because one, it wasn't Starfield, two, it wasn't Elder Scrolls. Look at it like this. Think about it like this. Fallout is their adopted child. Elder Scrolls is their baby. It's their kid. And granted, if you adopt a kid and you have your own, I'm not a father, so I don't know. But you're going to always favor your own kid. It is what it is. So that's what Elder Scrolls is to them. And they're going to try and make Elder Scrolls 6 to the best damn game that they have ever made. Better than any Fallout game, better than Skyrim, better than Oblivion, Morrowind that saved the freaking company. They're going to make the best game that they can. And that means that they have to have a new engine in that. And they will. And they're going to. That's my clock. I apologize. They're going to have a new engine for Elder Scrolls 6. The technology isn't there. They have said it. Pete Hines has said himself they are working on 2 projects before Elder Scrolls 6. Todd Howard has also, he said it himself too. We're getting it, just not right now. And most likely when the PlayStation 5 is out, when the Xbox 2, whatever the heck you want to call them, that's when we'll be getting most likely Elder Scrolls 6, probably 1 or 2 years into their life cycle. But we're not getting Elder Scrolls 6 right now. It ain't happening. So in the meantime, they made a ton of money off of Fallout, and that's why a Fallout spinoff is extremely realistic. Extremely realistic. Like I said, that's not a popular thing to say, being that we just received a Fallout game from BGS a couple of years ago. That's their latest game. And Pete Hines also said this. They don't want to be known for Elder Scrolls Fallout Elder Scrolls. They don't want to continue that pattern either. And if that means Fallout, then that's what it means. If that means Starfield, Elder Scrolls, then that's what it means. So I just feel, honestly, guys, just do not be shocked if we do get a Fallout spin-off game. It could happen. It could. If we don't get Starfield, it could happen. We could get both. I don't think so, but we could get, that would be freaking cool. Granted, 300 people working at BGS. 100 working on Fallout 4. Let's say 200 working on Starfield, 100 working on the Fallout spinoff. Bada bing, bada boom. You know, I've never worked for a company in my life. You know, I don't work in this business. I'm just a fella on YouTube creating content, making videos for all you guys. But I wouldn't be shocked if that's what Bethesda's doing right now. It's not likely to see a Fallout spinoff and Starfield in the same year. Definitely not. I wouldn't put it past them, though. This is Bethesda we're talking about. The kings of deception, man. I won't put it past them one bit. So, guys, let me know what you think. Everything that I said in this podcast. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. Please hit that like button. Comment if you haven't already. Please subscribe for more. If you sat through this whole thing, I thank you all for watching. We're approaching 20 minutes. Like I said, 20 to 30 minutes long. That's all I want this podcast to be. Maybe if I could get more people on here, that would be cool. But, yeah, guys, we're approaching the end of episode 1. I had fun. Actually, I'm going to let you guys in on this. Tell you guys this. It's kind of funny. I actually recorded this already. And, well, I thought I recorded it. I didn't hit the record button. I talked into this freaking mic thinking I'm recording content. And I'm thinking it's the best damn video I've ever made. And turns out, nothing. Nothing at all. So, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this. If you could think of ways to improve this podcast, please let me know. Be much appreciated. So, guys, I thank you all for watching. Please hit that like button, comment, and subscribe for more. Episode 1 of the Joe Knows All podcast is finished. I had a ton of fun. Thank you for watching. Godspeed.